This is Romans chapter 13 and verse 11 in the NLT. And it reads, "This is all the more urgent, for you know how late it is. Time is running out. Wake up, for our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed." Giving all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Baharakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the great millstone. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are told in this truth. And shalom to the few sisters, the Akwathium, that listen and learn in silence. To all of you, I say shalom. I'm the brother Pathak Amath, GMS Dallas. I'm just coming back at you with a really quick hit lesson. You know, it was on my spirit, you know. I'm heading to camp and you know, the spirit jumped on me to just press the button and record, man. And we're in some serious times right now, man, with everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing with America attacking Iran. You know, the economy is crashing. You know, all kind of stores and these different chains of shopping, you know, food eateries and shopping places, and you know, all these different things are closing. Like thousands of stores literally are closing doors right now forever, for good. Some of them are going bankrupt, showing and proving that, you know, it's over, man. This economy is done. You know, we're at the end of this kingdom. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That, hey, we're in a time of the beginning of that which followeth, man. You know, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. Jacob, the Israelites, you know, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of Negro descent, and of course the scattered seed that may not come looking like the average Israelite. You know, it's our turn, man. You know, beginning and starting with our big brother Yahweh Shai, man. When he returns, crack them clouds. That's what he's coming to do, man. Establish his kingdom in the earth. Matthew the 6th chapter and verse 10. Matthew the 6th chapter and verse 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You know, so it's about to be established in the earth what's already established in the heavens, man. Perfect righteousness and order, bro. That's what's coming, man. You know what I'm saying? By way of the rod, you know. So these nations are about to get in order, man. You know, the laws are going to go forth from Zion, like it says in Isaiah the 2nd chapter and Micah the 4th chapter. You know, and righteousness is going to come into the earth, be established in the earth by way of our big brother Yahweh Shai, man. And of course his anointed, the elect. No, Lord willing, I can be a part of that. But we're in some serious times, man. You know, and all of these things have to happen first before those things can happen. This has to be turned upside down before that which is good can come, like it says in the book of Sirach. So yeah, these things have to happen. But seeing that we're in these times, man, you know, like we just read, Romans 13 and 11. This is all the more urgent. Yeah, we're in some urgent times, man. It's urgent that you get this, and you know, those that haven't woke up, hey, wake up, man. Of course, we know that the elect are the only ones that's going to wake up. They're the only ones meant to get it, you know. But it's time to come out of that sleep, which the Lord put us to sleep, man. You know, we lost our heritage. You know, Jeremiah 17 in verse 4, the Lord said we were going to lose our heritage, and we were going to go basically into captivity, you know, among people or nations that we hadn't been before, you know. And that happened, man. And we lost, by way of that, we lost everything. Who we were, who our powers were. You know, that's why Jake has no clue that there are Israelites in these times, man. That being put to sleep. You know, we got things beat out of us and you know, throughout generations, you know, but we became a no people, you know, which all of these things are prophecy and biblical, you know, things in the Bible. But now we're in that great awakening, you know, which the scriptures tell us in Baruch, the 2nd chapter. As a matter of fact, let's get that real quick. That in the land of our captivities, we were going to remember ourselves, man. You know, and that's happening. That's that great awakening that these Edomites are fearing. in these times. They are scared as hell. They fear this more than they fear the return of who they call Jesus. You know? What is it? Baruch, the 2nd chapter, and let's see, around 29. Baruch 2 and verse 29. Bear with me. I'm driving, so, you know, got to pay attention to the highway, and I'm trying to read too. You know, this is Baruch 2, and you know what? I'll get to the point. Verse 30. This is Baruch 2 and 30. It says, "For I knew that they would not hear me." Salaki. These people driving crazy as hell too. Baruch 2 and 30, it says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves." That's what's happening, man. And that's why you got Israelites all throughout the four corners of the earth, because we've been scattered from here to there, pursuant to Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, verse 64. We're remembering ourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? So that great awakening, man, is happening. So, hey, it's urgent, man. We're in urgent times. So Romans 13 and 11, this is all the more urgent for you know how late it is. Yeah, we're too late in the game. You got cats like Genesis remixing everything, IUIC, you know, bro, all over the place. You know, concerning the MOT to the B, it's not sin, man. It's the C-hip, you know, the charagma, that implantable device, man. That's what it is, if you can receive it. So, you know, and then you got ISUPK out here you know, in the wilderness, out here in the woods, going through combat training, and like, dude, come on, man. You're not finna come up against this devil that way, man. That's his blessing, the sword, and you know, bro. These groups are through, man. So it's too late in the game for all the madness, man. You know. It says time is running out. Yeah, the clock is ticking, man. So anybody that's on the fence, you know, messing around, bro, the U.S. military is through. They're out there in Iran making TikTok videos, man, dancing and you know, a bunch of buffoonery and you know, just a bunch of madness, man. Bro, Jake through. So yeah, it's too late in the game, bro. Time is running out. We in Armageddon. These niggas TikToking and dancing and being buffoons, you know, in the military. So yeah, it's done, man. So, but time is running out. Time is ticking. The clock is ticking, bro. As we speak, right now, it's ticking. So it says, wake up, for our salvation is nearer now than when we believed. Yeah, you got people don't understand that this lifetime, man. You know, you got Jake still out here talking about, yeah, well, it ain't gonna happen in our lifetime, because they don't understand the signs of the time, man. I believe that's Matthew the 16th chapter. They can discern, you know, when foul weather, but they can't discern the signs of the times. Bro, the prophecies are speaking, and they speaking loud as hell. You know, Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, bro. And of course, Ezekiel the 12th chapter. I love that one. We're in a time of the effect of every vision. So the Lord ain't playing games. Jake playing. The Lord ain't playing, man. He's serious about these things, man. He's serious about his prophecies. And they're coming to pass, man. Like it says in Habakkuk the second chapter, verse 2 and 3, I believe. When it goes into, especially verse 3, when it says, though it tarry, wait for it. It will surely come, it will not tarry. Yeah, these things are happening, bro. So it's urgent. That's why you need to set your house in order, man. So real quick, let's grab that. In 2nd Esdras, it's time to get your house in order, man. 2nd Esdras 14, I believe, and verse 13, I believe. This is a 2nd Esdras 14 and verse 13, and it reads, "Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, and comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption." And Jake is in trouble, man. This is not our rest, man. This is what's that? Micah 2 and 10. This was a sore destruction for us, man. You know, so we're in trouble, and Jacob's trouble. We're in it. You know, a time unlike any other since there was a nation. We're there, bro. This shit finna get crazy as hell, man. You know, Jeremiah 30 and 7. That day, man, we're here. But he shall be saved out of it. Who is the he? The elect, which I hope to be a part of. Abratsa Baba Kasha, man. You know, you're gonna be saved out of it, man. So, yeah, set thine house in order, man. It says, renounce corruption. You know, evil, sin, iniquity, going against the Lord, man. The ways of the Lord, bro. Yeah, you gotta renounce that, man, and set your house in order, man. It's time to prepare. Get ready, man, because it's going down, bro. You know, you got these nations mocking the U.S. The U.S. is a laughingstock right now, man. It's bro. So yeah, man. I'm a God one. Armageddon is here, man. We're already in World War III, but hey, man, we're very close. Proven, and that in itself proves how close the CHIP is, man. You know, because that has to happen before World War III happens, man. So, yeah, set thine house in order, man, because we're in a time of the Lord's judgments, man. You know, as a matter of fact, let's get that, and then we'll close this lesson because I don't want it to be too long. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, real quick. The 2nd Esdras, chapter 9. And verse 1, and we'll read a couple of verses and then we'll end this. 2nd Esdras 9 and 1, it says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself." And how do you do that? By way of the scriptures. The scriptures are the ultimate measuring tool. The prophecies, man. You look at the events, the things that are going on in the earth, and you filter them through the scriptures, man. That's the measuring tool. You know where you're at in the timeline of this movie, man. It says, "And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." And we're in that time, man. And that word visit, when you go into it, it means to punish, man. We're in the time of punishments, the Lord's judgments. You know, that's what Yahushua is going to do when he returns. That's what it says in Revelation, the 19th chapter. He's coming to judge and make war. So those judgments, man, you know, so that's what's going on. So set thine house in order, man, because it's urgent. We're in those times, man. Our salvation is nearer now than when we, you know, first believed, man. You know, salvation/destruction is at hand because they're synonymous, man. When the salvation comes, the destruction is coming at the same time. You know, what's that? Habakkuk, I believe the 3rd chapter goes into that. You know, so yeah, man, it's vital. It's urgent. Get your house in order, man. So with that, hopefully this was edifying to the hopeful elect, giving all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Waharakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David, the Bayal, Shaul, Dawadah. Shalom.